shape, the lymphatic nodules, Malpighian bodies of the spleen. These bodies vary in size from about 0.25 mm to 1 mm in diameter. They are merely local expansions or hypoplasia of the adenoid tissue, of which the external coat of the smaller arteries of the spleen is formed. They are most frequently found surrounding the arteriole, which thus seems to tunnel them, but occasionally they grow from one side of the vessel only, and present the appearance of a sessile bud growing from the arterial wall. In transverse sections, the artery, in the majority of cases, is found in an eccentric position. These bodies are visible to the naked eye on the surface of a fresh section of the organ, appearing as minute dots of a semi-opaque whitish color in the dark substance of the pulp. In minute structure they resemble the adenoid tissue of lymph glands, consisting of a delicate reticulum, in the meshes of which lie ordinary lymphoid cells. The reticulum is made up of extremely fine fibrils, and is comparatively open in the center of the corpuscle, becoming closer at its periphery. The cells which it encloses are possessed of amoeboid movement. When treated with carmine they become deeply stained, and can be easily distinguished from those of the pulp. The arterioles end by opening freely into the splenic pulp. Their walls become much attenuated, they lose their tubular character, and the endothelial cells become altered, presenting a branched appearance, and acquiring processes which are directly connected with the processes of the reticular cells of the pulp. In this manner the vessels end, and the blood flowing through them finds its way into the interstices of the reticulated tissue of the splenic pulp. Thus the blood passing through the spleen is brought into intimate relation with the elements of the pulp, and no doubt undergoes important changes. After these changes have taken place, the blood is collected from the interstices of the tissue by the rootlets of the veins, which begin much in the same way as the arteries end. The connective tissue corpuscles of the pulp arrange themselves in rows, in such a way as to form an elongated space or sinus. They become elongated and spindle-shaped, and overlap each other at their extremities, and thus form a sort of endothelial lining of the path or sinus, which is the radicle of a vein. On the outer surfaces of these cells are seen delicate transverse lines or markings, which are due to minute elastic fibrulae arranged in a circular manner around the sinus. Thus the channel obtains an external investment, and gradually becomes converted into a small vein, which after a short course acquires a coat of ordinary connective tissue, lined by a layer of flattened epithelial cells, which are continuous with the supporting cells of the pulp. The smaller veins unite to form larger ones. These do not accompany the arteries, but soon enter the tubercular sheaths of the capsule, and by their junction form 6 or more branches, which emerge from the hilum and, uniting, constitute the lienal vein, the largest radicle of the portal vein. The veins are remarkable for their numerous anastomoses, while the arteries hardly anastomose at all. The lymphatics are described on page 711. The nerves are derived from the celiac plexus and are chiefly non-medullated. They are distributed to the blood vessels and to the smooth muscle of the capsule and trabeculae. End of section 46.